I'm Lauren Flanagan, and I'm very pleased to have the honor of introducing my mother, who is a woman of many talents. When I was growing up, she was a dancer, and she did all kinds of dancing. She'd studied as a ballet dancer, and then she did modern dance, and then she did belly dancing. And she actually was on a circuit of doing belly dance. She's a very, very talented belly dancer under the name Khalifa. In fact, there's a book about her called The Secrets of Belly Dancing, which is her hand movements. She had particularly fine hand movements that are all about her. And she was a painter and still paints a little, a lot of watercolor. The covers of both her books are some of her watercolors. In fact, they're of belly dancers in both this book and her last book. And then her most recent creative turn of the last 10 years has been to write. And she's written 7 or 8 books, I'm not quite sure how many. And so she's going to read from you tonight from the sequel to Mojave Mambo, which is called Chihuahua Enchilada, which is kind of a Thelma and Louise tale based loosely on people she's known and some of her life experiences, many of them fictionalized, of course. But wonderful tale, and again, I'm just so proud of my mother. I mean, think how many times do we have the chance to get up and introduce our mothers as being such great creative talent. And so, I love you, Mom, and let's get here.
First of all, I want to thank Doug Welch. He's a wonderful man, and he wants to encourage cultural activities here, and so I really appreciate that. And I want to thank my daughter Lauren and Annette for bringing the hors d'oeuvres, and I want to thank all of you for coming. This is my new release, Chihuahua Enchilada. It's a sequel to my first novel, Mojave Mambo, which I released in 2009. And on the surface, this novel is about one woman and her friend running away from a killer. However, on a deeper level, it's the story of 2 women who break the cycle of falling for men who abuse them, both physically and emotionally. Because many of us fall into that, and we just don't realize how we get ourselves in that mess. And then getting out is another story. They learn to understand the value of being one's own person and not necessarily needing a man in their lives for their own fulfillment. I dedicated this book to my daughter Lauren and my son Mark. This is a short chapter on the Las Vegas mob boss. His name's Guido. Guido looked down at the photo of Lola Raines. Damn, this was a hard woman to kill. He just had a phone call from his connection in Chihuahua, Mexico. Guido had been told that Jack hit the wrong woman. He pressed the button on his desk. Cindy, get Jack on the phone right now. In a few minutes, the phone rang. Guido picked up the receiver. Jack, you hit the wrong woman. What the hell's wrong with you? I give you a simple assignment and you screw it up. Guido listened for a few seconds. I don't give a shit that she looked like the mark. You get back down there and find this Raines Morales woman and get rid of her once and for all. You got that? And Jack, this trip is on your nickel. You've already been paid for getting rid of her. Guido slammed the receiver down. What's the world coming to when you can't count on your hitmen to get rid of problems? This Lola dame had been a thorn in his side since last year. He wasn't sure if she was even at Tony Rico's house the night his men killed him, but to make it a clean job, since she was Tony's girlfriend, he had to do her too. He'd have to think about this for a while. Scrub brush, cholla cactus, acatillo with their brilliant red-orange blossoms, and seguro cactus were scattered across the mesa before her. Through the open window, her dark hair flying in the wind like a cactus wren, Lola could smell the sweet scent of desert lavender. The blue chia splashed across the floor of the plain, gracing the landscape with its indigo hues and pungent aroma. Golden Mexican poppies and desert marigolds appeared along the roadside, absorbing the radiant heat of the sun, painting the vista like a Van Gogh landscape.